Bird the follow-away is good.
A single shot can define a legend, but Larry Bird didn't just hit game winners. He predicted them, then delivered.
About that time, Larry steps in and says, Coach,
Larry Bird wasn't just clutch, he was prophetic. Every shot, every stare down, and every promise made him basketball's ultimate truth teller. 10 the shot over Xavier McDaniel.
Bird will take the first shot.
And here's where it gets cold-blooded. Celtics versus Sonics, tied game, seconds left. Larry Bird walks straight to the huddle and tells his coach, get me the ball right here, not anywhere, right there. He points to the exact spot on the court. Then he looks at Xavier McDaniel, Seattle's top defender, and says, I'm gonna get it right here and shoot it in your face. The crowd's roaring, tension is thick, and everyone knows what's coming. Inbound, Bird catches, one dribble, fade away over McDaniel's outstretched arms, splash. Nothing but net. Cold silence for a split second before the arena explodes. And then that line, that signature Bird smirk and the dagger words, didn't mean to leave time on the clock. He didn't just make the shot, he called it, named it, and owned it. That's not confidence, that's prophecy. 9. Revenge against his college bully Kent Benson. This next one's personal. Back in college, Bird's time at Indiana was cut short by one guy, Kent Benson. Benson made his life miserable, mocked him, bullied him, and made him feel like he didn't belong. Fast forward a few years. Bird's in the NBA now, no longer that quiet Indiana kid. He's the legend in green and white. And guess who's on the other team? Kent Benson. You can almost feel Bird's grin before the tip-off. Every possession, he goes right at him. Jumper after jumper, no hesitation. Benson's trying, but Bird's locked in. The crowd senses it. This isn't just another game, it's personal history being rewritten. Seconds left, Bird gets the ball, spins, pull-up buckets, game winner right over Benson. As they walk off, Bird tells the coach, don't ever put that guy on me again. Poetic justice. Years of humiliation erased with one flick of the wrist. We're doing a giveaway for a $200 Amazon gift card when we hit 1,000 subscribers. Make sure to smash that subscribe button and comment below so we know to add you to the raffle. Thanks and best of luck to everyone who enters. 8. The pull-up 3 that was decades ahead of its time.
Bird on the nice feed from Ames. Good job.
And then there's the shot that aged like fine wine, because Bird hit it before the world even understood how genius it was. Celtics versus Mavericks. Down by 2, clock dying. Everyone expects Bird to drive for a safe layup, tie it, and go to overtime. But Larry? Nah, he's got different plans. He sprints down the court, stops on a dime, and pulls up for a transition 3. The crowd gasps. That's not how people played back then, but he lets it fly anyway. Swish, game winner. The crowd was stunned. Teammates lose their minds. This was the 1980s. Nobody was taking pull-up 3s in transition. That was considered insane, but Bird, he made it look effortless. Long before Curry or Lillard made it cool, Larry Bird showed everyone that confidence beats convention every single time. He wasn't ahead of the defense. He was ahead of basketball itself. 7. Told you so, shot versus Phoenix.
And the Celtics win it! Bird hits and the Celtics win it!
Just when you think you've seen it all, Larry pulls off this one. The Celtics are melting down. A 15-point lead is gone, and Bird can't buy a bucket. Timeout. In the huddle, the coach draws up a safe play. Bird listens, nods, then says, nah, I'm busting the play and hitting a 3. Coach glares. Teammates look confused. But when you're Larry Bird, you don't ask for permission. You just make history. Inbound comes. Bird pops out to the wing, rises midair, and as the ball leaves his hands, he turns to the Suns bench and shouts, told you so! The ball drops through like destiny. The crowd explodes. Bird walks off grinning, shaking his head like he just pulled off a magic trick only he knew. That wasn't arrogance. That was certainty. The man knew before anyone else did. 6. The 3-1 comeback versus the 76ers in the 1981 East Finals. Now this one wasn't just a game, it was survival. The Celtics are down 3-1 to Dr. J's Philadelphia 76ers. Everyone's counting them out, but Bird? He's built differently. Game 5, Boston Garden, chaos. Bird starts drilling mid-range jumpers like it's target practice. Every time Philly closes in, he answers back. The Celtics win, hope's alive. In Game 6, they steal another. And in Game 7, with the season on the line, Bird makes the defining play, steals the ball, turns and buries the game-winning jumper. over. The crowd loses its mind. This wasn't just beating the Sixers. This was Bird taking down 3 Hall of Famers, Dr. J, Maurice Cheeks, and Bobby Jones. He didn't out-athlete them, he out-thought them. That series turned Larry Bird from great player into Mr. Clutch. When everything was on the line, Bird didn't flinch. He finished. 5. The Miracle Corner Shot versus Portland. And here's the one that made even the commentators lose it. Celtics versus Blazers. Birds in God mode. 48 points and still cooking. Down by 1. 2 seconds left. Everyone in the arena knows who's getting the ball. Inbound pass to Bird in the corner. Tight defense, barely room to breathe. He pump fakes, sidesteps, and fades away over 2 defenders, and bang. Nothing but net as the buzzer screams. The crowd erupts. Teammates mob him, and the announcers, they can't believe what they just saw. Larry Bird does it again. Moments like this weren't luck, they were ritual. Bird had ice in his veins and joy in his grin. That corner jumper wasn't just another clutch shot. It was proof that when it mattered most, Larry didn't just show up. He took over, cold, calculated, legendary. 4. The left-handed game versus Portland.
Trooper close for Kersey, 2 points for Bird. That was a great shot.
And if all that wasn't enough, Larry Bird once decided to mess around with physics itself. Before facing Portland again, he tells reporters, "I'm saving my right hand for the Lakers tomorrow. I'll play this one left-handed." Everyone laughs. Bird's serious. From the opening tip, he starts hitting left-handed floaters, left-handed hooks, and left-handed layups, and they're dropping. By halftime, he's got 20 plus. By the third quarter, 27. Nearly all with his offhand. The Blazers don't even know how to guard it. Crunch time comes, and he keeps doubling down. Spinning, banking, finishing lefty. He ends the night with 47 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 assists. A triple-double with the hand most players can barely dribble with. And the best part? After the game, with a grin, he says, "Maybe I should have used my right all game." That's not confidence. That's artistry. Larry didn't just play basketball. He painted masterpieces in real time. 3. The fight and game winner versus the Lakers in the 1984 Finals.
Nearly halfway through this opening period.
Now we reach the moment that defined the rivalry of the decade. Celtics versus Lakers, 1984 Finals, Bird versus Magic, East versus West, everything on the line. The tension wasn't just in the game, it was personal. Elbows fly, bodies crash, and Bird's face says it all. This isn't basketball, this is war. He gets tangled with Kareem, tempers flare, and suddenly the Garden feels like a battlefield. Overtime, tie game. Every fan is a standing. Bird looks at the bench, cold as ever, and says, "Give me the ball, get out of the way." They listen. He posts up, pivots, and drains a turnaround jumper right in a Lakers face. The place explodes. The Celtics tie the series, and later, they take the title. After the final buzzer, Bird glances at Magic across the floor. No celebration, no taunt, just that quiet line. "Suffer, baby, suffer." That's not trash talk. That's dominance wrapped in ice. 2. Redemption. After timeout versus Washington.
Bird for 3. He gets it, but time has been called.
Have you ever seen someone so locked in that nothing, not even his own coach, could stop him? That was Bird this night. The Celtics are down 3. Bird pulls up from deep. Bang. The crowd loses it until the whistle blows. Timeout. The shot doesn't count. He's furious, pacing, muttering, steam rising. You could see the fire in his eyes. Next possession. Same spot, same defender, same shot. He rises, releases, and buries it again. This time for real. Pure defiance. No smile, no celebration. Just that cold, "I told you" look. That's what made Bird terrifying. You could disrupt the play, call a timeout, or double him. It didn't matter. His focus wasn't on momentum or luck. It was control. Total, unshakable control. 1. The double team game winner versus Jordan and Pippen.
Fake jumper. It's good!
And here's the one that only Larry Bird can truly brag about. Late in his career, body bruised, back aching, Bird faces the young Chicago Bulls. Jordan and Pippen at their peak, 2 of the most athletic defenders in the league, game tied. Final seconds. Everyone knows the ball's going to Bird, and he still gets it. Jordan and Pippen swarm him, arms up, smothering him in the corner, but Bird never panics. One fake, one step, one impossible fadeaway, splash. Game over. The legends of the future just got schooled by the legend of the past. The crowd's in disbelief. Jordan can only nod. He knows greatness when he sees it. Later, Pat Riley summed it up perfectly. If I had to pick someone to take a shot to save my life, I'd pick Larry Bird. Because that's what he did. Save games, crush egos, and call his destiny. Larry Bird wasn't just great, he was prophetic. He told defenders what was coming and still made it happen. Every clutch moment, every prediction, every smirk, they weren't arrogance, they were truth. Because when the pressure hit hardest, only Larry could brag and actually back it up.